repair preparation for repair. Oh, we're gonna like this. Let's see if we can get this all in one frame. These are two nose cones. I want of a better word. See, pair of them. They actually mate on the center, and it hangs vertically. Now, these things are made out of mica, but it is done with copper foil. And the problem is that where they mate on the center, the wire that went through it had 4 catches. So the wire that went through here was so corroded that they couldn't get it apart. And a couple of them have ripped off of there. This one's, see, that says ripped free. And what I have to do is take my Dremel, okay, and I can slice into here, take this off, and replace it with a thin brass U-channel, okay, which is what I will do, and make new catches and new hinges with brass tubing and brass rod. So, any time that I have to do a repair like this, if any time I do a repair on a lampshade and it's already got the wiring, for God's sakes, take the wiring off of there. These are porcelain sockets, and hopefully this should just unscrew. We use a ton of these things. You do have to have a tiny little screwdriver to get in there to unscrew these 2 screws inside. This one's seen. But basically this is what it is. With the help of my screwdriver was straight. But these are the same kind of sockets we used in the factory in Chicago 50-some years ago. Come on. As much rust as this thing has seen. Help if I had better tools, right? Of course, this thing may be so rusty that I might have to replace a lot more than just some catches. This thing might have been outside, considering how much rust and corrosion is on everything else. So it would be nice if this went a lot smoother. But this is what has to happen in order to work on something like anything. Anytime I do a lampshade, I have to pull all the wiring out of it. You just don't want to work on a lamp with wiring attached to it, because God forbid that stuff gets in the way and can actually cause more damage. So you take everything off, if at all possible. Let's see if we got the other one going. Of course, I'm trying to do this and keep it in the camera angle so you guys can see everything. I'm going to have to get out my hammer and straighten out the screwdriver. But you need to have a long skinny one to go in there. This has been used for things screwdrivers shouldn't have been used for. There we go. And the way that these things work. Is you take these two screws out. And a lot of times wiring a lamp, this is the last thing I put in. I set everything up. There we go. Hey, can we see this? Okay. Couple of threads, couple of screws. That's all these things are. Okay. Wire comes off. These porcelain sockets like these have a cardboard insulator up inside, so then wires don't short out. Okay? See? High quality outdoor accessory. Now this thing, you can see the corrosion on here. This might have been sitting outside for all we know. Pull that off, right? And where are my pliers at? You think I would have my pliers handy? Open a link. Okay. Take that off. Now it's out of the way, and I can work on this thing. But you can see how rusty and crusty that is. See, they did put wire around the top, okay, and they do have wire around the bottom on the inside to help strengthen it, but these things were so corroded, it's just pulling off. So they couldn't get it open to get to the light bulb. And like I said, this is mica, and it's so fragile. There's a few places where it got cracked, and I told them, I said, all I can really do is patch it with clear packaging tape. It's kind of a Mickey Mouse solution, but they said, well, you know, they tried to patch it with masking tape. So there we go. That's my repair prep. I still have, like I detailed, a lot more to do to it with the Dremel and the metal cutting blade and everything to get it back together. Basically, that's what I have to do, is to make new catches. Make 4 new catches and make sure they work so they can hang this thing up and get this thing apart. And I will probably put a real loop on top of here for them to hang it from, so it's not hanging cockeyed because it's hanging off of here. You know, and that's another reason that those catches could have actually deteriorated like that. So thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.